In a parallel universe, they could have been two elderly friends reminiscing in front of a roaring fire. The smiles warm, the handshake firm, the language friendly. They called one another Donald and Joe. In reality, what we saw in the White House was the changing of the guard, a clash of ideologies and egos. President Biden starting the handover of power to his nemesis, President-elect Trump. It was a moment of history and drama, political and personal. As if to emphasize just how different things are going to get, Mr. Trump has confirmed his nominations for key posts. A Fox News presenter with a military background, but no experience of running anything as his defense secretary, a congressman investigated for sex trafficking, but not charged, as his attorney general, yes, you did hear that right, and the world's richest man, Elon Musk, in charge of saving taxpayers' money.
Surrounded by portraits of the Republic's founders, today we got a rare joint image of modern America's two great political rivals. Despite the odd grimace at the press, the rancor of the past was set aside for a moment of cordial politeness.
Well, Mr. President-elect and former President, thank you. Donald, congratulations. Thank you. And looking forward to having like we said, a smooth transition. Do everything we can to make sure you're accommodated, what you need. And we're going to get a chance to talk about some of that today. So
good.
Welcome
Thank you
back.
very much. And thank you very much. And politics is tough, and it's in many cases not a very nice world, but it is a nice world today, and I appreciate it very much. A transition that's so smooth, it'll be as smooth as it can get, and I very much appreciate that, Joe.
You're welcome. Thank you all.
And then this glimpse of a fireside chat between the bitterest of political enemies was over. The transition to Trump 2.0 is now underway. Joe Biden invited Donald Trump here as part of a decades-old tradition of an outgoing president hosting an incoming one. But it is an honour that was never afforded to Joe Biden 4 years ago, as Donald Trump insisted he'd not lost the election. Earlier, Donald Trump had gone on an effective victory lap around Washington,
the 47th president of the United States,
meeting Republican lawmakers who've been returned to control both the House of Representatives and the Senate.
I just want to thank everybody. You've been incredible. We worked with a lot of you to get you in, and you helped me, and you helped me too.
He was accompanied by the world's richest man, Elon Musk, who now jointly heads up a new Department of Government Efficiency devoted to cutting red tape and potentially slashing thousands of federal jobs.
Let's go!
Tonight, Tulsi Gabbard was announced as Trump's pick for Director of National Intelligence, a former Democrat congresswoman who even ran for president for the party once. She controversially met the Syrian President Bashar al-Assad in 2017 and has been unapologetic about her foreign policy views.
If we are not willing to meet with adversaries, potential adversaries, in the pursuit of peace and security, the only alternative is more war.
Florida Congressman Matt Gaetz, who was today traveling in Donald Trump's motorcade, was getting the affirmation of his peers as he arrived in the Capitol. He's been nominated for Attorney General. Astonishing, given he was investigated for sex trafficking underage girls. But having stood by Trump for years, he becomes the first person to be scrutinized by the department he now heads.
I don't think I've washed my hands for 10 years.
Just as controversial is the nomination of Peter Hegseth as Defense Secretary, a former Fox News host and National Guard veteran. He's sold soap.
Each of them shaped like a grenade, soap on a rope.
He's thrown axes badly, but has absolutely no experience in elected office or in defense policy.
You don't like women in combat?
No.
Why not?
Because everything about men and women serving together makes the situation more complicated.
Any concerns about none of which seem to bother Republicans gathering in Washington today. Do you have any concerns about Pete Hegseth as Defense Secretary?
I think Pete's great.
Has he got enough experience?
Yep.
Donald Trump's visit to the Capitol may have been in line with convention, but nothing about his cabinet selection is. He is about to unleash a wrecking ball of change across every department.
And Dan joins me now. Dan, I mean, as you said there, he promised change. Change is absolutely, very clearly from these appointments what we're going to get. But some of them, to put it mildly, are controversial. Will they make it through the Senate?
Well, it's not guaranteed, and they've got to get through this confirmation process. And that means basically they hold a series of hearings which are televised, by the way, and then they hold a vote. And the reason that they do that is to stop unqualified or corrupt people from getting into key positions of power. Now, yesterday, Donald Trump suggested he was going to use what's called recess appointments to try and bypass this process, which would be a complete break with the norm. That's normally reserved for exceptional circumstances to ensure the smooth running of government, not just to ram home your political objectives. And if he did that, that would massively expand the power of the executive and would be a complete break with convention, really. I think these two candidates, particularly Matt Gaetz and Peter Hegseth, are so controversial that they are going to face significant resistance when it comes to getting through this confirmation process in the Senate. It promises to be quite a watch on national TV here.